The Indian men's cricket team is gearing up for what promises to be a gruelling, challenging and testing series ahead. And the pressure is on coach Gautam Gambhir. India heads into this test series against England away on the back of two massive losses. One that was against Australia and a whitewash that happened before that against New Zealand at home. So you can imagine a few nerves jangling in that dressing room. It would be hard not to. But the presence of a new young captain and some youngsters hungry to deliver should combat the anxiety that many would be experiencing at this point. This series is crucial for India. It's the start of the next World Test Championship cycle. It's the start of a fresh phase in Indian cricket. And starting off in a positive note is critical here. So what are the biggest challenges India faces now? Let's go through that one by one. First up, understanding the conditions and getting the best possible 11, the 11 that works as soon as possible. What is India doing in that regard? The last of the practice matches scheduled to start today, an intra-squad affair, is going to be behind closed doors. There will be no telecast of this one, unlike every other practice game that's happened so far. A practice followed, this is something that is followed in European football largely. There may even be a proper scoreboard system to be followed in this game today. Gautam Gambhir and the think tank are doing a hushed-up practice affair so that no one, especially the England squad, sees what India is up to in the days leading into that first test. Now, they've played a few games with the England Lions so far, and this last intra-squad practice match will be the one where Gambhir and his team will make those final calls on India's playing 11 for that first test. Second challenge, a team without seniors. No Rohit Sharma, no Virat Kohli, no R. Ashwin. The fact that they are going to be without the services of senior players who defined India's cricketing journey so far is not lost on them. Gambhir understands this all too well.
When I look around in this group, I think I see the hunger, the passion to do something special. If we come out of our comfort zone, if we start fighting, not every day but every session, every hour and every ball, I think we can have a memorable tour.
The idea is this: adapt to the situation as fast as you can and play to it, out of what your comfort zone is sometimes. Case in point, the long chats Gambhir seems to be having with Yashasvi Jaiswal. He was one of the players who went in earlier to England, way before many of the rest who finished IPL and then joined, and has not been in the best of form in the practice matches so far. He was seen playing shots more along the ground post his conversation with Gambhir. Now, one of the things that was heavily criticised, especially during India's loss to Australia recently in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, was that some of the shot-making batters were indulging in, like Rishabh Pant, which enraged Indian commentator Sunil Gavaskar. We saw that out famously. He openly lashed out at Pant for not reading the situation correctly and being impulsive. And that would be imperative here in this new setup and against a very formidable opposition. They have no seniors especially, which leads me to the other big challenge: youngsters stepping up and taking more responsibility. Let's look at the batting department. No veterans in that lineup. KL Rahul, of course, will most certainly be given that responsibility of opening the innings, one that Rohit Sharma had. So a lot of pressure will have to be soaked up by KL Rahul. He's had a good sort of practice so far. He's notched up 100 here, so he would be looking good stepping in those roles. Shubman Gill will mostly take up the number 4 slot, and Karun Nair is almost certain to get into that playing 11. The question to ask is, will Gambhir make some more bold calls and blood in someone like Sai Sudarshan, a youngster who's also had a county stint in the UK, and his temperament and technique as displayed across formats for his state side Tamil Nadu has been commendable. Then we look at the bowling department, one that won't have Jasprit Bumrah for all of the tests throughout the entire series. Who will then step up to compensate and shoulder the additional responsibility in his absence? Has to be youngsters like Mohammad Siraj, who spent enough time in that dressing room to level up now. Arshdeep Singh, Prasidh Krishna, again, depending on who gets a look in. They'll have to also come in hard. And what combination India goes in with for that first test to be held in Leeds. And things, of course, do not seem to ease up for the head coach here. Fresh reports, of course, have come in that Gambhir is flying back to India briefly to tend to his mother, who is unwell. In fact, just some days ago, the head coach, while speaking to BCCI.TV, had said that this series for the Indian team shouldn't be about just surviving. It has to be about finding their game and how to do that when put under pressure, because that's going to be intense. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out for him and his new Indian side.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali. Stop.
Japanese,
Yo, 4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.